So we are now in season 13 of Rogue Company. And is it me, or has time just flown by so fast? But less of that, I want to give you my top 5 rogues in Rogue Company right now. And starting off, we have Dallas. The Texas Ranger can cause such dominance when played correctly. And honestly, right now in Strikeout, I'm banning him every single game. The reason I say play correctly is his ultimate ability, Target Finder, reveals the closest enemy for a short duration and then goes on a 60-second cooldown. Unless, of course, you're able to get downs, and this is where his passive comes in absolute clutch. It recharges Target Finder cooldown back to 0, and you can use it again. It's like constantly recycling reveals to the closest enemy with 100% success rate. And on top of all that, the legend himself is one of few rogues that has an incendiary. And when playing Strikeout, which if you do, you know people tend to sit behind boxes, walls, trees, cars, you name it, they sit behind it. And throwing an incendiary helps get them away from cover for you to finish off. Having access to both DMRs and ARs is also a real positive for the Texas Cowboy. Right now, with the Knight being one of the only viable SMGs, ARs and DMRs are really where it's at. For me, it's the Riptide or the Deadeye, as I feel like these are super meta guns right now. And if that wasn't enough, add some of these perks in the mix, such as Shredder to do 15% more damage to armored targets, Bounce Back to start health regen faster, and wait for it, Crack Shot for all that all-important extra 15% headshot damage. You will know that Dallas is a very, 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 very strong pick indeed. But some would argue not as strong as this very next rogue. Next up is the original Justicar member and former SAS leader himself, Mac. Mac, simply put, is a walk-in Terminator. And when paired with Dahlia, he is one of the strongest rogues in the game. His standard issue passive perk, which was recently rebuffed back up to having 25 armor, makes him very hard to beat in 1v1s. In fact, rumor has it, and you did hear it from me, if you have a Mac on your team, the odds of you winning are a lot higher. But look, don't shoot the messenger, it's just facts. Whilst his light bomb isn't the best, it can be used to hold off enemies. And what Mac lacks in his ultimate ability, he makes up for in so many other ways. And listen tightly, because this is actually going to make you smile. His LMGs with Gunsmith makes him almost like a walking turret gun, or Cannon's Gatling gun, but with faster movement. Especially with legendary Stalker. It's something you simply have to try. In fact, if you try it and you don't smile, I will literally delete my YouTube channel. Don't hold me to it. Mac has grenades, which when paired with Blaster just feels so right. Putting Bounce Back on Mac 2 just adds that extra level of Terminator image. Not to mention picking up Bulletproof. I mean, the list just goes on and on. Personally, I love to play Mac right now with the Knight. It feels wrong, but right, but wrong. In fact, as Borat would say, it's very nice. Now on to the protector of Rogue Company, Saint. I don't think I've ever played a game of rank this season where Saint has just not been banned. His ability, the Revive Drones, is simply so strong. Picking up your teammates when playing either Strikeout or Demo within a few seconds is just something that stands him out from the other support characters like Dahlia Runway or recently added rogue, Vivi. If you don't know who Vivi is, I've got a video for that, so make sure you subscribe. Not just that, but when you pick up your teammates with the drone, it heals both of you for a significant amount. OP much? Well, maybe not that OP, but when you can stack both Lifeline and Help in hand, which ultimately reduces revive time by 75%, you have to wonder why he's banned so often. Saint himself also has access to some other useful perks like Energized, which helps him get his drone back faster. But bearing in mind, if you are lucky enough to ever actually play Saint, that is. But these perks all combined with Saint make him the ultimate and by far the best support rogue the game has to offer. Also, like Dallas, Saint has access to both ARs and DMRs, which, as I stated before, feel like the two best classes in the game right now. Now, next up, Brooklyn-born Scorch brings too much heat to the field. Her ability, Overheat, allows her to deal additional fire damage with each bullet. Scorch right now with the Knight or SKL or Arbitrator, yes, if you are that person, is simply unreal for winning duels. Personally, I think Scorch right now is up there as one of the best duelists in the game. Her perks such as Legendary Bounce Back, Shredder Rounds, Armor can make her simply unstoppable at times, especially when you have the right gun pairing. On top of all that, she is quite tanky too, with Legendary Tenacity, and she gets the purple armor. Scorch also has access to EMPs, and of course, another rogue that has access to the Incendiary Grenade, and we've already covered just how useful they can be. Now, lastly, and this could be controversial and may surprise some of you, but honestly, Umbra is seriously deadly and sits right alongside Scorch when it comes to being the best duelist right now. His passive Siphon allows Umbra to gain max health when you earn a down or assist on an enemy that gives Umbra the edge in battle. So if you are full HP, you can get up to 130 health with Umbra. And on top of all that, you have access to Legendary Crackshot, Replenish, Life Drain, which makes him one of the dueling kings in combat. Crackshot to fry enemies with the SMGs or DMRs, Replenish to get all that ammo back, and then Life Drain to get 35 HP back. Plus then if you throw Siphon into the mix, wow! On top of that, his ultimate, the Spider, when paired with Blaster, can be super useful as well. Whilst it does have its drawbacks, and when used correctly, you can get more benefit from it than negatives. Umbra's Spider always gets people running, and that can be super funny at times. His Bounce Grenade too is useful to getting enemies out of cover, or finishing them off behind cover without exposing yourself too much. But going back to being serious, Umbra has padded steps and he can get round the map sneaky and then deploy the Spider and finish them off with his weapons. Now these are my top 5 rogues in Rogue Company right now. If yours differ, let me know in the comments down below. But for more Rogue Company content, then check this video out here.